This story is from Amanda in West Virginia, and it's told exactly how she wrote it. My name is Amanda, and I used to live in a little ranch house in West Virginia. Nothing special about it. One story, small yard, a stone bird bath out front. I don't live there anymore, but when I did, something started happening that I'll never forget. Every night, at exactly 4:44 a.m., I would wake up outside, not in my bed, not walking down the hall, just standing barefoot in my front yard. And the strange part, my security cameras never showed me leaving the house. The first time, I thought maybe I had just sleepwalked, but then it happened again and again, always at 4:44 a.m. So I decided to set up cameras, one in my bedroom, one in the hallway, one on the front door, and one outside. I even had a smart lock to keep track of every time the door opened. When I checked the footage, it chilled me. At 4:43 a.m., there I was, asleep in bed. At 4:44 a.m., the hallway camera froze. It didn't cut out, it just hung on one still frame, like time itself paused. And when it started again, the next image showed me already standing in the front yard by the bird bath. The footage never showed me getting out of bed or walking anywhere. The door never opened, the lock never registered, the windows never moved. One frame, I was inside. The next, I was outside. I tried to test it. I sprinkled flour by the floor, taped the windows shut, even hung little bells so I'd hear if anything opened. At 4:44 the next morning, everything was untouched. But me? I was still outside, in the front, in the grass. And every time I felt the same thing, a pressure in my head, not a voice, not words, just this weight, like something pressed its thoughts on top of mine. It didn't move me or tell me what to do. It just made me stand there and listen. Always in the same spot, always by the bird bath. I started digging into the property's history. The house was built in the 70s, but before that, it was farmland. In an old aerial photo from 1938, there was a circular stone trough in the same spot as the bird bath. Around it, a ring of stones, and scribbled in the margin, one phrase, witching ring. That explained to me why the spot felt so heavy. I tried to break the pattern. One night, I set a lamp to flash on at 4:44. Another night, I set my alarm to scream right at that moment. At 4:44 a.m., the alarm blared, and outside, I flinched. My body reacted to a sound I shouldn't have been able to hear. For a split second, it felt like I was in two places at once. I reviewed the footage again. Every time the clock ticked to 4:44, the camera froze on the last frame inside. It never showed me leaving, just skipped ahead, as if in between didn't exist. So I tried making changes. I shifted the bird bath a few inches, laid a strip of copper under it, and I even draped a mesh canopy over my bed to throw things off. For 2 nights, it worked. At 4:44, the camera glitched only a little, but I stayed in bed. On the 3rd night, though, it came back in a new way. At 3:17 a.m., I shot upright in my bed. My eyes were open, but I wasn't fully awake. Later, when I checked the camera, the bird bath water had bulged up like something pressed against it from underneath. That was worse than the loop. It meant whatever this was had found another time. That's when I knew I couldn't stay. I reset everything and lived with the 444 loop until I moved. Since leaving the house, I haven't experienced it again. No waking up outside, no cameras freezing, no strange pressure in my head. But I'm always on guard. Every time I wake in the middle of the night, I check the clock, and whenever it's close to 4:44, my stomach tightens, because if it happened once, it can happen again. And that's why I'll never truly feel free of it. The loop may have stayed behind with that house, but part of me knows it could follow me anywhere.